Cade Krimble to give up a 3-run homer and get his ass lit up off the mound. But we'll save for Philly because we'll get some all-star stuff and we'll get it. But I think I'm officially ready for football season. I'm officially ready for football season. And Baby Chez's birthday, we had some plans around her birthday, maybe to take her to Disneyland. And I got to figure out a way to get to Philadelphia December 3rd.
Oh, it's December 3rd.
Her birthday's December 4th. The game, I believe, is December 3rd.
Okay.
I have to figure out a way to get to Philadelphia.
She's a Sagittarius like me.
Yeah, she is. She loves the outdoors.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We have that in common.
Yeah, well, she's a little
not only now you're like, oh, God.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm scared.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm scared.
Comparisons end there.
Yeah,
They do.
Basically. So I'm officially ready for football. But let's get to the
kinda
All-Star
with you on
game.
that.
Because some sound was played yesterday. Some things made the rounds on the internet. And you used the word thugs. And I'm going to come down your road because they ain't no thugs in Philadelphia.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you, thugs, that's giving them too much credit.
Okay.
All right? That's giving them too much credit to be gangsters, guys who are about that life.
Okay.
We walked through Philadelphia all weekend long, and they called me every name in the book. FAG, they called me gay. They told me to give them, you know what, to get on your knees and do this to me and blah, blah, blah. They gave me everything. And what did I do every time somebody says something? I look back and turn around, and they shut up and said, it's just a game, man. It's just a game. So they're not thugs.
It was bad.
They're punks.
Yes.
They're suckers. And you know what? I want to go back out there and go meet those suckers December 3rd. I swear to God, I don't care if the Niners win, lose, draw. I want to see what they really about. Because all this internet tough guy stuff, we're going to get this guy Elliot on from WIP. He has no idea what's coming towards his way. We're going to sun him. We're going to sun everybody at 94 WIP who's searching for content on a slow Tuesday. I'm officially ready for football, and I hate the city of Philadelphia. But Shasky, you call them thugs? They ain't no thugs.
Okay.
Ain't nothing gangster about those suckers out there.
Let me take you through what happened to me yesterday. So I've got a meeting or whatever, and then I got to go on a baseball trip because we're playing 2.5 hours away in Ceres, California. Game time, the temperature was 105 on the field. Your boy was cooking. I was wearing a hoodie just so I wouldn't get sunburnt from the sun. Anyway, so we stop at a gas station in the middle of nowhere. I don't even know where we're at. And I hop out, and I'm going to buy all the kids snacks and stuff because we're all, we've been in the car for a while. We're going to use the restroom. And I flip open my phone like one does, and it's Joe. Is it Giglio or Giglio?
He's soft.
But
people
what's
in
his name?
Philadelphia don't even like him.
I know, but
Giglio.
Yeah,
Joe
so
Gigolo,
it
baby.
says.
Maybe he's a gigolo. I don't know.
I'm unaware. It goes, hey,
Hughes Bigelow.
It's Joe from WIP. I hope you're well. I was wondering if you'd hop on with myself and Hugh Douglas tomorrow at 1 p.m. to talk Niners and Eagles and maybe some Philly Giants. And I'm thinking, yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it. And I'm thinking, that's kind of random, right? I didn't know where he was going with that. I flip open Twitter, and I go, oh, boy. And WIP clipped my sound of me bashing Eagle fans, and I'm thinking, oh boy, and dude, that thing has 750,000 views this morning.
Yeah, they're losers out there.
750,000. And here's what I would say. And I'm going to continue to say this. Every fan base has great, good, bad, terrible fans, right? Every fan base. I don't care who you are.
They're the worst of the worst.
The Sharks, the Yankees, pick the team, pick the sport.
Eagle fans are the worst of the worst.
But hear me out. Here's where I draw the line. And I would love to hear from other people on this. Just because you buy a ticket and you go to a game, right? I understand if you're an opponent and you're walking into enemy territory, when you're asking for it, we all know there's a fine line of asking for it. Being the obnoxious fan that's cruising for a bruising. That's not what I condone. And if you do, you're going to find somebody who's liquored up and is going to do something. And just being real. But I've walked out of Boston Garden after a loss and after a victory. In the finals, the highest of stakes. I've walked out of the LA Rams Stadium, all right, after a loss in the NFC Championship game. I've walked out of Dodger Stadium. I've walked out of Oakland Coliseum, Niners Raiders, after a loss. I've walked out of lots of different settings. I've walked into lots of different settings. And this is what I would continue to say. I draw the line at this. You don't touch people. I don't care what setting of life you're in. On the bus, on the street, shopping at Target, going to a game. You don't spit on people. You don't throw things at people.
Well, let me ask you this, because this spitting incident, that's drawing a line.
Right?
You should have told me right away when you got spit on.
We were leaving the stadium.
I don't care, Shasky. You don't get spit on and not do nothing about it.
Well, it's 1 on 8,000.
I don't care. I will take the ass beating. You're not going to spit on me and think you're just going to get away with it. I will take the ass beating if you're going to try to spit on me. I'm dead serious here.
I hear you
because
on that
fan base. Because like you, I've walked out a lot of stadiums.
I know you have.
With my gear on. I went down to Dallas, Texas by my damn self.
I know.
To the Cowboy Niner game.
Yeah, playoff game.
I talk that talk, but I keep it within the games. I'm not going to talk about you and call you out your name. I'm going to talk about your team and make jokes about your team. I've been in the Black Hole. I've been to Raider games in my Niner gear. I've been everywhere around this country in my team's gear. Hell, I was in Philadelphia at Carlos Beltran's first game as a Giant in my Giants gear. It was all good. I walked out of there, took the subway. It was all good. Nobody did anything to me. But the Philadelphia Eagle fan, those scumbags, because they are scumbags. They are. Not all of them. Not all of them.
Well,
There's some good Eagle fans. But most of them, from what I experienced that weekend, calling out your name. It had nothing to do with the football game. They're basically just calling you all kind of homophobic slurs, all kind of names.
Racial epithets.
Lot of that. What part of Camden are you from? That's in the video. What part of Camden are you from? Do you not know what? Come on.
There's a video with 6 million views that shows it pretty clearly.
Here's the problem, too. Unfortunately, a lot of those people who are on the internet coming at you, and a lot of people that were talking to me were white people. It wasn't no boy. Like, there was a couple brothers out there who was talking to it. There was a bunch of white people out there calling you all kind of names. I used the bathroom, and this guy about 60 years old telling me, get down on your knees and do what you do. And I'm like, what? What? That's not. There's no place in the world for that. So Eagle fans can say what they want to say, but they're scumbags, and that's why I want to go back out there December 3rd, and I'll walk down the same damn route I did in the Lincoln Financial Field, and won't nobody do anything, because you know why? I went on these airways with Joe DeCamera, the bubble bad boy, told him where we were sitting. The one guy who sat behind me, he yelled in my ear once. I gave him a warning. I said, don't ever yell in my ear again.
Well, the guy, no, he grabbed you.
He grabbed you, started yelling. I said, don't you ever do that again.
Touching.
No. I told him in his face, don't you ever do that again.
You did, that's right.
Ever do that. And you know what he did? He didn't do anything again.
Yes.
Because he got his ass checked. So forget that.
But it shouldn't come to that. I go back to the same thing. And this is where
I did give out my section because they were talking like you guys are going to die here if you wear your gear. And I'm like, what?
We're going to a game. And I guess this is where I want to. I honestly want to hear from people today. Like, I really do. Because, look, anybody, and a lot of Eagle fans were tagging, like, this happened at Candlestick, and this happened at this Giants-Dodger game. And they said, those people are bad people who aren't good fans. That's not acceptable behavior.
And there was about 50,000 of those people that Sunday in Philadelphia.
But here's what B, have you ever gone on as a member of the media and spoken into the microphone? That's just how Warrior fans are.
Nah, hell no.
That's just how. And that's where I like, and I'm going to say this to the Philadelphia people. You know, the media gives a microphone to a small segment of scumbags and says, that's just how we are. And that's where I'm like, really?
Well, Joe,
your standards aren't better than that?
Well, we had the crossover, and Joe DeCamera said on these airwaves, I don't want you guys to die, so don't wear your gear.
I mean, come on.
And so I gave out the section number. I said, I'm gonna be right here, row 5, section 113. And my buddies in Philadelphia, all those people, they heard it and said, man, you're a goddamn savage.
Bonte,
but they didn't do anything to us. They didn't bother us. I felt safe and sound at my seat.
But Bonte, this is the thing, like, the passion here for sports is different.
Oh, it's not.
B, do I love sports?
No, it's not. You love sports. I love sports. It's not different. It's not different.
But I'm coaching a bunch of 12-year-olds last night, and we lost a baseball game. All right, a baseball game, and now we put our heart and soul into. It's a 12-year-old baseball game. It's not the end of the world. It's not life and death. But for some of these 12-year-olds, it feels like life and death, right? And I get that, right? Like they've poured their soul into trying being a good baseball player for the time being, and they didn't win last night, right? And one of the kids threw the bat, and I had to have a conversation with them. I'm like, look. A, you could hurt yourself. You could hurt one of your teammates. It's a bad look. That's poor sportsmanship. And it looks bad on all of us. And you look bad. And I'm trying to teach you how to accept winning and losing. And there's a way to conduct yourself when you're winning or losing, all right? And it's going to translate to more aspects of your life. And it feels like to me, when you're walking through that stadium, I saw a lot of kids that were bat throwers at 12 years old. And nobody was in their family life saying, that's not what you do in life. You don't throw bats.
I was a bat thrower. I didn't accept losing. I hated losing. I would throw tantrums over losing. Monday, it's at their Niner games. Going to elementary school was not a good place for me. It was just not. I had to learn, which is why I've kept my emotions in check in the way I watch a football game at home.
Control.
You know, I had just like, you know what? Relax, knowing the game's not over in the first half. It's almost a mental mindset because growing up, I did not take losing very well, especially when it came to 49er football. I didn't take that loss very well to Philadelphia. I hated it because, one, I had to watch Josh Johnson get his brains beat in, but we just got physically manhandled. They physically manhandled the 49ers.
Yeah.
They punked us. They hit our quarterback. They hurt our quarterback.
Yeah.
They knocked him out the game. Guys were jumping like flies. Fred Warner got hurt on like the third, fourth play of the game. Nick Bosa was hurt just standing on the sideline. That was tough to watch. And then they hear the nonsense from Philadelphia fans. They hear their little fans. And to see them try to grab people's hats, because most of the time, the worst part is about Philadelphia fans, it's the women. The women were just as bad as the guys out there.
That's a good point.
The women were out there calling names and out there grabbing hats.
In the video.
And it's like, and I'm like, I can't do nothing to you. You know, you're going to get your boyfriend either beat up or get him into a fight. And then just flipping people off in your face.
You shouldn't have physical altercations going to a sporting event.
So you look at these guys online.
That's my setting.
But you
and if you are looking for physical altercations, which you're not, to me, I file that under you are a scumbag.
Right. So you know, they got bold on the internet yesterday, calling people dorks or whatnot. And you look at the screenshot of these guys who are calling you dorks and calling you names. You're like, really? You're a dork. Really? We're dorks. We're dorks. So anyway, oh baby. I'm a little fired up.
What's acceptable fan behavior?
Not that. Not that. Anything. Look, if you want to talk trash,
where do you draw the line?
You can't name call. You can't use swear words. You can't get physical with anybody. You can't get
I agree with all those.
But if you're talking,
touch people.
But
Don't touch people.
Like this guy at the Cowboy game, this Indian guy was like, he was sitting next to me with his family. And he had his Cowboys gear right. He goes, "You liberals from California." I was like, man, that's all you got? Liberals from California.
He gave you the
I was like,
California?
liberals. I was like, you guys are talking. And then the guy, remember I had the video of the Dallas game where the guy flipped me up. I was like, man, you're so quiet. You was talking all that mess, man. You see this? First down. You know what his name is? His name's Deebo Samuel. He's a really good football player. You know about Deebo Samuel? So, I mean, my trash talk goes deep, man. I got depth to my trash talk.
It's one thing to be creative with trash talk, right? Again, to me, I draw the line at physically touching someone, throwing things at them, spitting on them. Like, those things are all unacceptable. And that's what I would say. Like, it's very simple to me, right? And to me, those are drawing the line. Well, nothing is worse than the guy cussing and swearing up a storm in the section, kind of making it uncomfortable for everyone.
Yeah, so you know,
just because you buy a ticket, it doesn't give you an excuse to act like a jerk.
I woke up this morning saying I want to go back to Philadelphia, and I want to go back there hard. I don't care who comes. I don't care who comes. I need to be at that game.
Is this becoming a huge rivalry?
Oh, it is a rivalry. It's set now. I hate Philadelphia. I hate the Eagles. I hate their fan base more so, but even WIP the next day. We walked in there with our Niners gear.
They were pretty arrogant.
Angelo Cataldi's pretty arrogant. That's why they had to suffer 2 weeks later losing the Super Bowl. The letter of the law, defensive holding. You lost to Patrick Mahomes. Eat that. You lost the Super Bowl again. So those guys, Bubble Bath Boy, the producer. Who's the producer we had to check? Because he was acting like a sucker. Remember that guy? We had to check him. I checked him so hard, he didn't leave the office the rest of the day. He stayed in his little office the rest of the day and didn't say anything to me. All right? The guy who jumped in the middle of our show, we checked him. And then we walked in Reading Terminal. People were looking at us, and I was like, yeah, I'm here on my Niner gear on. What?
What was that gumbo spot?
I don't know. It was really good.
It was really good.
Hey, and they were cool.
They were great. What was that gumbo spot? That was one of the best meals I've ever had.
Yeah, it was great. It was great in Reading Terminal. So I'm officially.
What was that, Gator?
I know we got football season. I mean, I know the Giants are coming back in the second half of the season. But this right here, I said, you know what? I'm ready to roll. It's Operation Las Vegas for the 49ers. They need to figure out this quarterback situation, and we need to get to the Super Bowl and win this damn thing to shut that fan base up.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I need to shut those dorks up. Those guys who calling us dorks and every name in the book, I need to shut them up. I want to go to Philadelphia. I hope we see Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game. I want to see Philadelphia. It has to happen. It is a rivalry. It is a rivalry officially from the 215 to the 415.
Is it the number one? The Niners right now, the current, not like old time.
Well,
the current
Dallas
has
something to say.
What?
Dallas has something to say about it.
I mean, they faced twice in the playoffs.
Two years in a row. 2 years in a row.
Tight games.
And there was some big time talking.
Yeah, there was.
Big time talking.
That's a good point.
But I see these guys on the internet. They want to be internet gangsters. That's fine. Now, I think Zach Gelb, a lot of people are getting on him with the Deebo Samuels because that's where everything started. Zach Gelb went to Temple. He worked at WIP, but now he's CBS Sports Radio in New York City. He had an interview with Deebo. They're both wrong. You know, Zach was searching because Deebo wasn't giving him anything. And I've been in that position. So I lean It's more Debo's fault than Zach's fault because we've gotten the chance to get to know Debo Samuel. And we've heard Debo Samuel come short. And it's like, wait a minute. You said the things. Nationally, they want to say, hey, what's happening with the Philadelphia? Do you still feel like that? So I'm not going to exonerate Debo Samuel. I mean, Debo Samuel was he was in the wrong too. But then Philadelphia fans will come out here and be big boys on the internet and start clipping pictures and start talking about people's families and whatnot. Well, I'm going to talk about you all damn day. All damn day. It's on, baby. And it's only, what is it, July 12th? I can't wait to see Philadelphia December 3rd. I can't wait.
All-Star break week. And, boy, I took off and I became that guy on the internet. But my mentions are out of control.
Listen.
Out of control.
The Niners could be winless going into that Philadelphia game. If they win that Philadelphia game,
Super Bowl.
I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. Anything to shut that clown fan base up.
You have to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I love that.
But I seriously, I'm fired up for them. So we're going to get Elliot Shore Parks from
what did he say?
Sports Radio 94. Well, you know what he said yesterday at 5:07 in the morning? He said the 49ers have to be the most overrated contender the NFL has had going into a season in a very long time. In a very long time.
Really?
The most overrated contender in the NFL.
I don't believe that.
In a very long time.
When does that crack come into play for you?
So